What is up YouTube, it's your boy SmackNPie here. So make sure you watch the previous two parts that we did on Holiday Horror and Prison Panic, because today we're gonna talk about the culmination of them all, the final 3 level. Hold on a second. Smack, did you just say final 3 levels? Didn't you just mention last week before your 2 videos that there are 4 levels in chapter 5? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news for you. Okay, so let's just jump straight in because there's a lot that we have to cover. So after the release of Super Archive chapter 1, there have been some leaks, and it was confirmed that the next 2 levels after Prison Panic, Holiday Horror and Prison Panic, means that after the 10 portals in the Beerus' Ballroom, there are 2 more levels, and their names are confirmed, of course, Fear Fortress and Wicked Ways. And now it is confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, that 1, aka the Fear Fortress level, is going to be after Prison Panic, and that is 100% confirmed by Vincent Lemmings to be Malik level. And the other one is also confirmed 100% by Vincent Lemmings. There is no denying that the Wicked Ways is the S rank level. But then he said there is also a 5th secret level. Now I'm trying to sit here and think that this was actually revealed a long time ago, and a lot of us just forgot about it. So once you finish 10 portals in the ballroom, like all the way through Prison Panic, normally, like not S rank, just normally, normal gamer, a lot of YouTubers, or a lot of like normal average players, right? You unlock Fear Fortress, which is the Malik level, the door in the ballroom, and that's it. You finish that Fear Fortress, we're gonna come to how insane this level is, you get an ending. This is the ending most players will get. More into this in just a second. Like, this is the ending that a lot of people will get, and this is like an ending that probably will satisfy you and will end a chapter and end the close Dark Deception 1. Okay. But if you S rank all the levels, and this one too, when I say S rank all the levels, I mean starting from Murder Monkeys all the way till the 10th portal, which is the Prison Panic, and then you also S rank the Malik level. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Malik level, the door one. Only then will you be able to unlock Wicked Ways, which is the 12th level. So Wicked Ways will not appear if you finish the game normally, if you finish the Malik level normally. It will only appear if you finish it with S rank. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we theorized as community is for the true ending. We don't know which ending, but it probably has something to do with Beers. Specifically, we're gonna come back to this in just a second. Okay, so it's like Silent Hill, right? You get a different ending for the secret level. Then there's an issue of the 13th level, aka the 5th level of chapter 5. Chapter 5 has 5 levels, bro. Let that sink in. Now, we don't know if it's something to do with the choice in Wicked Ways itself, like 2 choices. Like once you play the Wicked Ways after getting the S ranking, you don't have to, by the way, get S rank in the Wicked Ways. This is something that I need to clear. You do need S rank in the Fear Fortress to unlock Wicked Ways, but you don't need S rank in Wicked Ways to unlock the secret level. Or maybe that is not something confirmed. I'm just gonna put it out there. I could be wrong here. But let's assume like there are 2 choices in Wicked Ways ending once you finish the level. If we pick option A, that's it. We get an ending. Can I just not talk today? Like, what's going on? We get an ending, and that's it. But if we pick an option B, we get a new level, aka the 13th level. Think of Cuphead, right? Once you get to the King Dice is like kind of sort of first main bosses, and once you get to the final level, the main boss of the game, he gives you option to either side with him or go against him. If you go side with him, you get an ending, that's it, the game's over. But if you go against him, there is a separate level entirely, so I think that is something that we might see here. Now, this could have something to do with the sacrifice everyone ending. You sacrifice Beers, yourself, and E to give Tammy Hauser, your daughter, one more chance at life, just like Rose from Resident Evil Village. She lives and the rest perishes, but of course Malik being the last man standing, because he's not a human, understand, he's just a demon. The other endings could be betraying Beers, beating Malik on behalf of Beers, both of them moving on, like Beers moving on to her life and Malik moving on. He's not gonna move on, bro. And with Doug moving on with his family in the afterlife or something like that, and Beers to whatever, something like that. There could be also a chance, that is something that Marshall put into my mind with his fan art, there's a chance Beers might get another shot at life in one of the endings. He might use us, Doug Hauser, replace us. We are stuck in this ballroom and she's now alive, living our portion of life the way the one that we were supposed to live. and she has that guilt in her face, but she's still living on, and that could be one of the like dark endings where Doug Hauser is now being tormented for the rest of his time, for his actions and whatnot, while there is a small opening that E and Tammy Hauser might help him escape and whatnot, but it's like something like a wink wink spin-off, Dark Sim 2 sequel. We're gonna talk about it, something like that. So I'm just spitballing here. Let's continue this. Talking about and speaking of Fear Fortress Malik. Malik is not a human. He's a pure demon. That makes his character almost indestructible in certain situations because he's very busy, because he's running a corporation in literally hell, ladies and gentlemen. Something we'll learn more around Prison Panic. We were just a small pawn, ladies and gentlemen. A mere small problem his low-level minions could take care of. But not anymore. Once we finish Prison Panic, he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to intervene myself. I'm gonna have to be there. Freak out of here, all the monsters. Doug Hauser is mine. Now we will go after him, face to face. Of course he won't die, but defeating him would be major. Not just for Doug Hauser, because now we can do whatever we want. We can either sacrifice ourselves for Tammy Hauser, we can either move on with our family in the afterlife and give Fierce what he wants, but also this will have major consequences for the realm overall. Understand that we'll learn more about this realm where there is not just Doug Hauser, Beers, Diddle Ballroom, and Malik. There's so many entities like Malik in this realm. He might actually lose some value and respect and points among his other peers, colleagues, demons, whatever you want to call them. So really fascinating story in my opinion, if built out correctly and the execution is right. Speaking of which, all characters and monsters that we've met so far in Dark Deception from beginning till now and the upcoming are loyal to Malik. They are the cursed souls. They don't have a choice. These souls, these monsters, they don't have a choice because Malik controls them. Yeah, first, in a way that they don't have a choice, they're doing it because Malik controls them and he is like the demon. However, some of them, they do it for their own motives and reasons, like Puppy King and Darkstar. And it kind of makes sense too, because if Puppy King is given like a little dominion and a kingdom for him to rule in a specific corner, of course it would make sense, just like for Darkstar. And I'm just spitballing, it is not confirmed. Like she's given a prison to run, she's given something to run. It's like these characters are given purpose. So that you're just not mindlessly running around killing whatever, whoever goes against Malik. So it's not always blind obedience like Vince said, and it's not like soulless crazy monsters like murder monkeys. Murder monkeys are the only one who are crazy and soulless, and they don't have no head, they don't have no personality, emotion. They just they're just crazy, bro. We don't talk about them. And speaking of Fear Fortress and Malik, it was confirmed that Fear Fortress is the biggest level in all of Dark Deception. It is 1/3 of chapter. I think we talked about this. Like majority of chapter 5 time will happen in this. It makes sense. It makes sense. It is the final level that a lot of people will play. Like mostly a lot of people will play. There are so many characters in here, so many cameos. S-Rank is something else entirely. So much stuff is in here. Cameos from previous chapters. A lot of stories tying together and giving us an ending. Potentially some characters dying, maybe, but that is just a theory, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, speaking of other characters, you might wonder, Smack, what about other characters like Jojo Gang, Tammy Hauser, Clarissa Elise Hauser? Will they not come into play at this level? They will, ladies and gentlemen. They will. How so? Not just this level, but overall? We're going to talk about it in the next part, which is probably going to be the final lore-related video, and then we would move on to Super Dark Deception, Monster Immortals, and stuff like that. But one thing I want to mention is that Fear Fortress is like the grand finale, right? It's like the Avengers Endgame. Anything after that is like Phase 4 MCU, but better, high quality. So Fear Fortress is something that I believe is going to be the toughest level to S-Rank. Now, watch me. I could be 100% wrong, and it might be the easiest level because it has a lot of cinematics into it. It has a lot of dialogue into it. Like, I will mention this in the next video, but there are a lot of dialogues in chapter 5, 10 times more, 9 times more actually, if you were being specific, 8 to 9 times more in just chapter 5 compared to chapter 1 to 4 entirely. So all the dialogues from first chapter all the way to 4, combine it and now multiply it 8 to 9 times, you get a chapter 5. We're gonna see you guys, well, I'm gonna see you guys in the next part, which is gonna be the final lore related video. So make sure you tune in. FNAF Game Fest next week. So 100K, let's go, boy.